Are we excited? Yes, 2 rounds in 4 days, everybody. Duckhook action is coming your way. Are we ready? I know I'm ready. The teams are starting, the singles are starting. We've got competitions to win. We've got a great panel. We've got Donnie Geldenhuys next to me. We've got Coach Dylan to go through Modderfontein and Ruimsig and tell us how to play the course. Hello, Coach. And then we got Frikkie, the man who are tasked with taking us through the match play and giving us insight into what's happening. Why? Because Ruimsig, we've got 12 matches. Modderfontein, we've got 3 matches. Some of us are involved. It's going to be awesome. Everybody in the chat line, you on early. Hello, hello, hello. I could go here forever. Tian Becker, you were the first that came up with me. I'm going to just move this here to the center. Okay, Tian, hello. Well done on the Durban League, who played on Sunday at Umkomaas. A lovely course that I would like to add to my bucket list. Guys, have you played Umkomaas before?
Negative.
Negative?
No.
I see a little golf tour coming to Umkomaas, if you ask me. Okay, right. So, let me tell you what's happening on the show. I already gave it away a bit. We're starting with the Durban League. We're going to see how that went. Then we're moving on to Modderfontein, do a preview of Modderfontein. We've got all our usual stuff. Then Coach has got a swing analysis for us. I wonder who the player is. Can you guess? It's from Heron Banks. I was hovering around taking some videos. And then we'll touch on the match play and then Ruimsig. So we've got a jam-packed show. Have your questions ready for us. We will try to get through it as quickly as possible. But first, let us start with the Durban review. This is what happened in Durban this Sunday.
Thanks for coming and selecting Umkomaas Golf Club. As you might know, we're one of the oldest clubs in the country. Founded before the First World War, founded in 1913. And you asked me about who our famous golfers are. We've had quite a few, but the most well-known ones are Tim Clark and Garth Mulroy. In fact, when they were playing on the PGA Tour in America, we were the only club in the whole of South Africa that had 2 playing PGA pros in America at the same time. Quite amazing from a small course like this. Very scenic course. You can see the sea from 17 out of 18 of the holes in one direction or the other. We have some spectacular signature holes, particularly the 14th. It's a typical coastal course with lots of side lies, uphill lies. We've got raised greens, quite small, and we had a resurgence in membership in the last couple of years, and this year we've had more rounds of golf per month than we've had in the last 10 years. So the golf course is thriving, the golf club is thriving, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day today.
Well done. Then, closest to the pin was on the 9th hole, and then we went through there, the last person, Mr. Declan Fraser.
Why?
Well done. You want some more?
I only hit 2 shots the whole day, and this was one of them.
By the way, he's the greenkeeper here at Umkomaas.
Oh no, then that's wrong.
No, to be honest, I just want to say thank you to him as well for joining us today.
Welcome. Nice to have you guys. Hope to have you back.
Then the 4th place, playing off a 7 handicap, Quivers Nell making 33 points. 9 handicap also making 33 points. Young Backer. First time in prizes again.
Well done. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Coming in 2nd place, playing off a 6 handicap, winning on the comeback with 19 points, making 33 points over the whole round, is the Andrew Castles.
Hey.
Playing off a 18 handicap, and that will be cut now after today's round. Winning today at Umkomaas, Mr. Marius Engelbrecht, making 34 points.
You're the chief Duckhook for today. Sorry, your Duckhook.
Well done.
Yeah, the front nine was quite nice. I played basically onto my handicap, and then a back nine I started off with one drop shot, and then another drop shot, and then a blank. And I started worrying, but on the 15th, 16th and 17th I made brilliant pass, hit the fairway, chip and putt, brilliant, and that I think that turned the whole game around. And on the 18th, I don't know what happened. I was hitting my driver all the way 100%, and then suddenly I pushed it out and went out of bounds. And I said to myself, well, don't worry, just make a 6 from there. And then penalty shot from there, take a 4 and hit, and yeah, I made a 7. But it was a nice game. The weather was good, the golf was excellent. So yeah, I think everybody enjoyed it. It was awesome. I really appreciate it.
Well done again to Marius Engelbrecht. Winning looks lovely. 17 of the 18 holes got the sea ocean. That's pretty good.
Absolutely, yeah. I must say it's also good to hear that the golf rounds is up as well, from last year and the year before. So that's also a good showing down at the coast, that the guys are also getting rounds, the club is doing well, so that's great.
I'm going to put the results in for you, just to show you how difficult Durban is compared to where we are playing. Look at the winner, plus 234 points, Marius Engelbrecht. One day we'll see that on the Duckhook Tour, a plus 2 victory. I think ERPM came close.
No way.
3 guys tied for second. Andrew Castles, Tian Becker, they're always in the top 5. Cobus Snell doing well. He almost pipped the player of the season last season. Luke Boucher and Ashwin Ramshad and Anthony Parmasu in tied 5th. And then Andrew Godfrey, Andrew Brighton and Jack Lamb. How many Andrews are in this league? You could just make a league of Andrewses, I say. Well done to them.
Yes.
They're off to Beechwood next month. In March. Let me just recap the calendar for everybody in case you can't remember that far. Here we go. What's next? 18th, Modderfontein. Then we've got Ruimsig on the 21st, as I mentioned, in 4 days. Then we've got the all-important team shootout on the 28th, which we are all playing in, and I'm sure most of the guys watching are part of it. The build-up for the team shootout starts on Monday. We have a very special show. Then we move to March. The 14th, as I mentioned, Beechwood in Durban. Then we got Kruger's, where we are. The Magali's on the same day. That's going to be epic. Krugersdorp, Glendower, and then we've got Pekinwood. Okay, everybody. Let's do this. Are we ready? What is up? Well, I'll tell you what is up. We're doing Modderfontein first of all. Before we get to Modderfontein, it is the Thursday League. We want to see the standings. This is how it looks after the first round. It's Jamie Sherry on 41 points after Copperleaf. Ruben Swart, a good round, 39 points. And then tied third, there are 3 gentlemen. Evia Botha, Leon Oosthuizen, Andre Kotze. And then the rest make up the top 10, including Jacques, Henry, Simon, who is a defending champion, and Kevin Ho. So that's how we go into it. Coach, you've played Modderfontein a lot. You're playing Modderfontein. Take us through Modderfontein while I put the scorecard on and give us your insights.
Well, it's your sort of typical parkland course, and I think especially in summer, basically you just got to hit fairways. I mean, if you hit fairways around Modderfontein, that's more than half your job done. So just be wary of your alignment, be wary of what clubs you pick off the tee, and just try and keep that ball out of the rough, obviously out of the water. But a lot of the water at Modderfontein is not as much in play as you think it is. It's a little bit of visual distraction some of the time. So just focus on your spots on the fairways. Once you get that ball in play at Modders, it's really simple. The greens are pretty small. 1 or 2 turn a little bit, but generally they roll nicely. They're quite flat. If you do just miss the greens, easy little chip shots and stuff. So your biggest thing is hitting those fairways. Easier said than done. And there's a lot of different angles there. So there's some dogleg left, there's some offset left tee boxes, there's some raised tee boxes, there's some dogleg right holes. So there's a nice variation. It doesn't really suit a long or a short hitter. It doesn't really suit a fader or a drawer. It just suits a guy who's switched on, who's got his alignment intact, who's got his swing intact, and he hits those fairways. And then, like I say, once you do that, the course is there for the taking.
I'm going to throw something in there. I find the greens exceptionally tricky. Most times I played there. When we were lucky enough to play there on Monday, the one comment that I did have is they weren't breaking as much as we were reading into it. So that is something I'm going to take into Thursday, is try not to borrow as much. Is you going to agree with me with that comment?
They're definitely very subtle there. So, you maybe don't 3-putt as much, but you maybe don't hole as many 10-footers because you do tend to overread them a little bit. Generally they're quite flat, but generally nappy greens. So the grain is fairly prominent there. And it's quite easy around Modders. You can just check where your nearest bank of water is, whether that be one of those canals or a little dam. And you can be sort of 95% sure that the grain's going to be pulling a little bit towards that water body, that the closest one that you've got to you. So a little one to be careful of tomorrow. Just check as you're walking up or driving up to the green, where's the nearest water body from the green, and then the nap will tend to go there.
Good. If you didn't know, it starts with a par 5 on the first and a par 5 on the 10th. The first is a stroke 18. I can't remember what the 10th was, what stroke. But yes, 2 tricky starting holes. So but they're par 5, so everybody can get off to a flying start. Hey, Don?
Definitely. Just the 10th hole's got out of bounds on the left.
Driving range.
Guys, just remember the driving range is out of bounds there. So, just when you tee up there, just make sure you don't miss it way left. Otherwise, you reload.
And before we go on, I just want to remind everybody, we mentioned this in the car park today, Donnie. We must have rakes. Gentlemen, rake it for the rest of the players. Quick reminder, while I put in the first tee, a reminder is that we've got some seniors off before us, so they're quickly going from 6 to 26 past 7, and then we go off. We've got a nice field. Before I move even any further, Frikkie, does the colors make sense in the tee sheets?
Absolutely. I actually like it. It makes it readable for the guys, understanding what is a match play and singles and team game. So I kind of like the new change.
Okay,
Very
so
good.
First tee, here we go. Frikkie Barnard, you are basically taking us off for the tournament up front. As you can see, he is C2. That means he's in Group C, and he's playing whoever else is C2. So C2 is not on this page from what
Jason.
I can see. Okay, so these are the tee times. So everybody, it's going to be fun. I'm not even going to ask for predictions because it can go anyway. I just think the score won't be as high as normal. These are all in the player pack and will be sent to you because tomorrow is a big day. The 10th tee gets a little bit more complicated, as you see, because we have 3 team match play matches already in. So the match play, as you can see, Dylan's in the match play with his partner, Mark Borragero, is in pink, but they're also playing a virtual singles, which their highest points will count. So the highest points will count. So Frikkie said he's playing Jason. There's the other C2 at 0734 on the 10th. So whoever scores the most points or finishes high above the leaderboard will get the 3 points. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Jason doesn't make 2 birdies at the last 2 holes, then I'm happy.
Yeah, they'll bring back the nightmares. Okay, so there's the tee sheet. We've got a good field again. It will be interesting, and good luck to everybody. There's always a featured hole that we discuss, and Modderfontein has one of them, right? The 12th hole, gentlemen. Do we know the 12th hole? Take us. What do you think of the 12th hole there, Dol?
Yeah, it's an absolute crackerjack of a hole, isn't it? You got the elevated tee shot, and you want to try and hit the right side of the fairway if you can. But from the tee box, you got a couple of trees blocking you out a little bit and trying to almost push you down the left-hand side of the fairway, which is not where you want to be. So if you do manage to get the tee shot away, then it's not a long carry. I mean, obviously it's water all of the way, but it's not a long carry, and it's a big green to land on. But there is a mental intimidation factor, I guess. But I think it's harder when you just miss the fairway and you're in the first or the second cut, and now you've got to go over the water, and you're not sure how the ball's going to come out of that rough. Is it going to be juicy and you're going to get a flyer, or is it going to come out dead because you get too much grass trapped between the ball and the club, and it just becomes a bit of a lottery, a bit of a guessing game. So really do your best to hit that fairway. If you can, try and hit the right side of the fairway. So obviously if you can hit a little butter fade or something like that, that'll really, really work. So the faders of the ball, don't fight it there. Just let it fade towards the right-hand side of the fairway. And also don't get too defensive, because the further down you get, the flatter the line. So I've seen a lot of guys pull a 4-iron there and then they left with 150 or for downslope. Rather just pull your driver and hit that little cut and hit all the way down to the bottom. About 260 is a good number. and it leaves a very, very simple shot. And you can maybe walk away to the clubhouse telling people you birdied the stroke one with the featured hole.
Dill, I wanted to.
Yeah,
sorry,
go for it.
No, I just wanted to agree with Dill. It's like one of the comments that I wanted to say as well is that it's like I've stood on that tee box a few times, and then one on a 5-iron down, and then you mishit it, and then it's like you're out there. It's like having any type of shot from 180 to like you said 150, and that's where I think the guys just need to be that positive, aim for like you said that 220 to 260 mark, get down there where it's flat, and then from there just attack the pin.
Well, before we move on, of course, we have some footage of the featured hole. As I mentioned, we were there on Monday, and Simon said, let me do a featured hole for you. You will notice the water, as they said, is going to be in play. If you don't get far down enough, problems.
Right, gents, this week's featured hole for the Thursday League at Modderfontein will be the 12th. 380 meters, stroke 3. Really hate this hole. It has to be a feature hole just because it's so difficult. You've got about 240 down to the bottom. It's narrow, there are trees right, trees left. So you've got to play a clever shot down and then a second shot over the water. If you're a bit short, you've got a lot more in. So the higher handicap boys play it clever. If you need to play your second down to the water to have a wedge over, do it. Otherwise you can take big numbers here.
Just to wrap up the featured hole, I've played Modderfontein a few times. Monday was the first time I made a par. I hit a good drive. I had 135 left, stuck it next to the pin, just missed the putts. I'm very, very happy. As Dill said, you make a birdie there. Very, very good. All right, what else do we have from...
Just want to touch, I know we're a long shot. I want to touch quickly on what Simon said there, because I thought that was really intelligent. If you do find yourself with a very long carry or in the rough, and you've got a stroke to play with, rather play it as a par 5. Just chip it down to 100 meters. Don't try and take on that dodgy carry, and then hit a little wedge on the green, 2-putt, 5-2, and get out of there. Perfect. And keep your round intact.
100%. That's the info that we need, gentlemen. I hope you are listening. Right, the pins, the par 3 9th is another difficult par 3. You're looking at about 165 down the hill. Water river runs through the front, and then water feature on the right hand side. So if you get closest, you get 2 sleeves of Strixon Softfield. Yes, the orange ones. Then EMS, our partner in fitness, is the par 3 14. The winner will receive an assessment and 1 free training lesson to improve their golf. And then we've got a new sponsor on board, a whole box of Tau Energy drink. Par 4 17th is the closest in 2. So welcome aboard. They'll be there in the morning. They'll be set up. So make sure you get your sachets so you can get the energy for your round, because it could be a hot day. It tastes like Red Bull, which is pleasant. Okay, here we go. Groups, virtual groups. Are you in the group? There's only 3 groups. Henry Hall, Russell Tandy, Shannon Schaefer, Leon Duplessis, and Ryan Jensen make up Group A. Drop in who you think are going to win these, gentlemen. Group B, Jason Jenica, Hansi Amann, Luki Janssen, Trevor Miller, and Oki Brits. Group C, Kero O'Connell, Simon Mayer, Jason Ivins, Neville Kurz, and Dylan. You're featuring in Group C. Quickly, guys, rattle off from all of our blocks. Give me a winner.
I think Group A, Russell Tandy.
I'm going to go Ryan.
On that one.
Ryan Jensen.
Ryan is due a good round.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
You want a side bet there?
Yes, please.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right, you picking Ryan, I'm picking Russ. Yeah.
There we go.
They're playing for us. Loser does it fine.
Okay.
Hundreds. Down.
Last group. Anybody?
Yeah.
No. I had a comment here.
You would say Luki Janssen, eh? I think Group B.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So let's see. You're up for a credit fine. I had a comment down here, but
I'm
now
going Group B. I'm going Trev.
Trevor. That's a good choice. Somewhere here, and I've lost it. It said, Flicky, can you say something? Just move. Just say something for us. Give us a comment about Modderfontein.
Hello, boys. I like Shriek's song.
Okay. I did not plan to say that. Right, teams. Here we go. Virtual teams. Yes, the blue team is running away with us. 4 in a row that they have won. So I'm trying to get the red team to win, gentlemen. Karel van der Meulen is going to be your captain. Paul Ricketts, who I know will shoot 36 points around Modderfontein and help us take the team victory against our opponents. Conrad Pretorius, Jacques Gravenstein, Mark Borriger, Leonard Nell, myself, Dorian Ferry, Cyril Stein, and Richard Stewart will be in the red team. Blue team, Jamie Sherry as the reigning Thursday champ will be the captain. Ruben Swart, Gerard Moritz, Morne O'Kelly, Andre Kotze, Rudolf Broderick, Francois Comfort, Ronnie Bolhette, Val, and Josh. So those are the teams. Let's see if we can get a red team winning it.
It's a strong team, the red team now. So
yeah, well, I'm trying because it's running away with it. Jacques says red team this time round. That's only because he was the captain of the blue team and won, I think. So yes, you help us, Jacques. You know what to do. Gentlemen, so that is Modderfontein. We are ready to do this. Right, before we move on to the next league game, which is going to be Sunday League 2 at Ruimsig, we are going to do a quick analysis. So, as I mentioned, I send a swing to Dylan, and he's done his magic, and this is the mystery player who's getting analyzed.
Okay, so we've got Randall here. A lot of good stuff. Randall could be a very, very good golfer. He's got a lot of good stuff going on here. But equally has some stuff he could really work on and get his golf to a whole new level. So setup looking nice, very good. Aiming down the right side there, looking for the draw, and we'll see why later. So takeaways a little bit underneath, and that leads to the club getting a bit flat over here. Now, especially with the shorter irons and stuff, that can lead to some issues and sort of some directional issues as well. But in terms of hitting that draw he obviously wants to hit, it's not a bad position. We can see here that the swing sort of looks a little bit short, and the arm swing is quite short, but the shoulder turn is actually really, really good. Really, really nice shoulder turn. And then this change of direction, this is the real strength of Randall's game, this change of direction here. You can see the legs driving and the upper body resisting, and you can see how that's transferring energy to the golf club there. So even with that short looking swing, he probably hits it pretty far, gets it out there. And then in trying to hit that draw, and because that backswing is a little flat, we get into this position. So this is where I really think he can improve. So obviously attacking the ball from that angle with his target being somewhere there, okay, makes life a little bit difficult. So he has to work the hands really, really hard. You can see how much that club face rotates through impact. So when he happens to time it, it'll be a nice draw, but it's also going to be a two-way miss. And then because of that, trying to create a bit of time for himself, and because that backswing is a little bit flat, we can see how he's having to back out of the ball, first with his head and then with his body weight, in order to try and give himself time to square the club. So if we can keep a lot of the same stuff but get this backswing a little longer and more online with the same transition and a slightly softer release, then we're onto some really, really good stuff. A lot of potential, a lot of talent in this golf swing. Okay, so as an end result, okay, we want Randall attacking the ball from here, not from here. Okay, and in order to do that, what we want to try and do is get his arm swing to stay on line longer and swing the club somewhere here. And then as he changes direction aggressively, the club will still drop, but then he can attack the back of the ball instead of being here and attacking away from the inside. So if he can try and get that idea and practice getting that arm swing more in line and an entry point to impact more in line, I think that'll really help his golf.
So there we go. Randall is a very consistent golfer. We all know he's always 30 in the 30 pointers, and I thought we'd feature him because the shootout is the captain of Series 2. So yes, let's put pressure on Series 2 captain. Dill, anything to add to that swing? You said it
No,
all.
I mean, like I said, I think it's really good goal swing. So it doesn't surprise me that he's so consistent. That change of direction is so good. But he could really get down to to a very, very good level of golf, because that's a much harder move to learn. Basically, just swinging a little flat and a little offline. If he learned to do that and trust it, it'd be a really, really low handicap golfer, which brings its own problems.
Correct. Well, he is currently around a 6-7, so
Yeah.
that's
Well, I'm not surprised.
very good.
That's if I can say something. I'm playing tomorrow with Randall. Coach, if it's okay with you, I'll teach him the tennis racket thing, because he's got the same swing as me, eh?
Some similarities, but his is less club face.
I'll teach you
Frikkie, I see your plan there, Frikkie. I see your plan there.
He's going to break the poor man. Going to break the poor man. All right. Before we move on to Ruimsig, the draw was done for the teams. Ruimsig featured 12 team matches, if I'm not mistaken. There will be live scoring for both. So remember, if you're in a team, you need to score for the team game and the individual game. 2 guys scoring. Modderfontein, just because it's 3, we'll just do our own thing. There won't be live scoring for that. But we've got Frikkie on, so he's going to recap what is happening in the team. So we're going to start with Group A, and hopefully he can get to Group H before everybody falls asleep. All right, Flix? You ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Here we go. Group A.
Okay, so Group A is only playing Ruimsig. Do you want me to mention anything about Ruimsig now?
Go crazy, dude.
Okay, cool. So Ruimsig, it would be Dana, Karel against Randall and Brighton. Those are the only Group A games that's playing this week.
We got Group B.
Yeah, Group B, we've got Simon and Leonard against Ronnie and Trevor. They're playing at Ruimsig. I do favor the Simon-Leonard pair, eh?
I do. And then the rest of the gentlemen, Jaden's got a bit of an injury, and Nico and Louis are not playing. Therefore, we cannot get any more games in. But hopefully this all changes when it gets to the next one. Group C.
Yeah, Group C, we've got the Ruimsig guys, Robert and Joey against Hansie and Rudolf. Do think Hansie and Rudolf might have some bullets there. And then we've got Mark and Dylan against Jacques and Francois. And I hope that the coach will lose against the students.
Okay.
So money is on Jacques.
Group D.
Coach Dill, I just hope that fitting fee went up for the next one. Well, the coaching session fee.
Donnie, watch out. Tennis racket is staying at home, eh? So Group D, we've got Wayne and Chad against, I think it is Kobus and Peter.
Right.
I think it's 2 new teams, basically. Kobus and Peter and Wayne and Chad. Very odd pairings, but I think I'll favor Kobus and Peter on this one. And then we've got Seth, Edouan, and Louis and Dewald. I think Seth and Edouan might be the guys.
Yep, high handicappers, so they can use plenty strokes, but Leon and Dewald also. So one guy comes right in that round, and that could determine that game. Group E.
Group E, we've got Peter Barry against Russell and Matt. They're at Ruimsig. Yeah, Peter and Barry, new team, I think. So looking forward to see them in action.
We've got 3 groups left. We've got Group F. I think I'm in Group F, and we've got our first game coming up against Sarl and Cornell tomorrow at Modders. I'm feeling very confident with my partner, Paul. I'm going to try to say our name correctly this time because he says there's an 8. So it's Chiampini, like Seamus. Is that what he said?
Chiampini, yes.
Chiampini Dragons, right? And then on Sunday, we take on Fats and Hanu. So we're going to get 2 matches, bang, bang, out of the way. Group G, Frikkie.
Okay, Group G, we've got, for the Modderfontein game, we've got Jason and Eddie against Neville and Kevin. I think that's going to be a good one. I'm rooting for the steady Eddies. And then we've got the Ruimsig game, me and Donnie against Neville and Kevin again. So, always going to be the Mighty Ducks. So, Donnie, bring your A game, man.
And I can tell you, Kevin is playing some good golf. You've got to be careful about Kev.
Making two games, yeah. Okay, great. Group H, we've got Aldo and André, the Boeties, against Graham and Gerard. They're playing against each other in Ruimsig. And then we've got Rick and Johan against Koenraad and Koen Senior, also at Ruimsig. I think long hitter Rick Lowe might surprise the guys at Ruimsig.
Good. And his handicap is going out, which is scary.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready for Ruimsig? Here we go. Let's do Ruimsig. Okay. Standings. After the first game at ERPM, Kero leads on 38 points. So I see this league being a bit less. Alda Farid, 36. Matthew Whittle, Randall Chetty, Stefan Meyer on 35 points. And then Carl, Nicky, Ruben, Barry Fenter, and Sepp. So the reigning champion, Randall, is featuring right there. You cannot count him out ever. Right, Ruimsig's scorecard. Ruimsig, I can tell you one thing, is it's very open. There is not too many trees. I think you can get off the box. You can kind of have a go without finding too much trouble compared to some of the courses we play. So that would be a tip for the guys, gents, that Ruimsig is, you can be positive.
Yeah. It's going to reward, Ruimsig's going to reward good, solid ball striking. If you hit the ball high and far, you're going to get rewarded. You know, a lot of the holes are going to be a lot easier for you. You're going to have easy looks on the par fives. So almost opposite of, I wouldn't say opposite of Modderfontein, but close to the opposite style of golf. You know, you just make sure you're nice and loose on Sunday morning, not too hungover, and take some nice big backswings and just hit a few Bryson DeChambeaus and you'll enjoy your day.
I say.
Bill, don't you also feel that most of the greens on the course is also a little bit raised? So you know, if your approach shots, your club selection will be crucial. You know, maybe add like 5 meters extra, because for me, it does feel every time I play that the greens are sort of above, you know, the level where you are on the fairway.
No, they're definitely raised, and that's also why I say it rewards the sort of good strike with a high ball flight, definitely. But you know, interesting part of those greens when you really get into it is a lot of them, because they're raised and they've got bunkering in the front, you can't actually see the base of the flag, and they're actually clover-shaped greens, and what that means is they've got sort of 4 little corners of each green, and they love sticking the pins in one of the little clover leaves. So you often hit a shot over a bunk or over a bank at a flag, and you think, oh, that's great, it's 1 meter left of the flag, I should have a good putt, and you get up there and you're chipping from, you know, 1.5 meters. So maybe just, you know, have a look at a GPS or a course guide, or a pin sheet, and just make sure that when those greens are tucked, you trust the pin sheet and just go, okay, I'm just going to hit this 2 or 3 meters to the right, 2 or 3 meters to the left, just so you don't get stuck with those there's nothing worse than a 1 meter chip shot. I mean, it's just the worst.
No, okay. Gideon played there today, and he says the rough is crazy at the moment. Gideon, how were the greens? Give us a speedo there of the greens, and we'll come back to him because he did a featured hole for us. But before we get there, Ruimsig, gentlemen, is synonymous, that's the one, for one thing. And what is that? Somebody's already commented on this. What is it
High scoring.
synonymous for?
Oh, low scoring. Sorry, low scoring.
But not just low scoring, not just 4 under or 5 under. I think the last time we were there, as Paul says, where's this comment? He shot 47 points and came second.
Yeah.
Dude. Anyway, I'm just going to leave that there.
That was 2-3 years ago. Because I think the last one was me and Ruben that played for -8, -7.
I can't understand how some oaks can go so low on this golf course. It's not like it's a mashing course.
But also, Maz, I remember that year that Fricky and myself played match play against you in Reds, and the winning score was 11 or 12 under on Holotine greens.
On Holotine greens. We were putting on sand like the beach, and these oaks were sinking it to shoot minus. I can't understand. Let's just move on. First tee. Gentlemen, we have 100 players that have signed up for Ruimsig. That is epic. 100 players. So you can see that this tee sheet is littered with colors because, like I mentioned, there's 12 team games and there's about 40 singles games that are up here. So you, again, just got to allocate what B3 is with another B3. So like first tee, they're actually playing in the same 4-ball, which is a nice change. Plenty of players. We don't have time to go through everybody, but yes, it's going to be epic. We started just past 11 o'clock, and then we've got the whole afternoon tea for a round for ourselves. So nobody's going to get in the way. Here's the 10th. Just names, more names.
As I see, there's a few Frickies and a few Barnards as well coming to join us there.
Yeah, I see. Are you recruiting them for us?
Absolutely, yeah.
There we go. Okay, so keep an eye on. It's still a while until we get to Ruimsig, so there might be field changes. I've got 3 players on standby, so we'll see if we can whittle you in. Maybe by Friday I can see if I can pull another 4-ball out of somewhere, and we can have 104 players. So the guys on standby, be aware. Okay, featured hole time. Well, we had to choose the 18th because the 18th is one of those holes where you need a good drive, you need a good second. Par is on the cards, but it's all about the drive, gents.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would say it's like for... sorry, Dol.
No, carry on, mate.
I think for the better players, you can sort of fly that water on the right. Sort of more your mid to high handicappers is try and play short of that dam on the left. You know, from there it's like just to try and get it in play, and then for your second shot, either just before the bunkers or just sort of go for the green if you've taken Tiger line down on the right.
As I mentioned, Gideon was there and he did a featured hole on the 18th, so this is what it looks like.
How's it, Ducks? We're at the 18th here, the featured hole for Sunday. Par 5. Tough one, water, left, right, down the hill. We got up the hill. If you get your drive away, could be a birdie chance. Let's see how we go. Yeah. Right guys, I found myself off the fairway to the right of the right dam, so not the best tee shot. But I'm lying great. Let's see what we can do. That's not bad, I'll take it. That was a sandwich from about 90 meters. Let's go see if I can make a birdie. Weak putt. That, guys, is how you make par on 18.
Green, the course is looking lovely and green. Gideon has come back to us about the greens, and he says a little slow, just out of Hollitzanning, rolling well, just needs a shave. There we go. Cool. Right, let's move to the next thing, and we know what that is. That's going to be the pins. Oh, I need to take this guy off as well. Let's take that off. Right, par 3, 5th is the first one. 2 streaks and balls up for grabs. Then the par 3, 17th, which is longer than most par 3s that are around. I would imagine it's going to be about 180 meters, so you need a very decent long iron into that green. And then the par 4, 13th is closest in 2. This should be interesting because there are some guys who can hit it really, really close. They might just have a 1 meter off the green chip, as Dylan said. So let's see how close we can get this. Let's see if we can actually get an eagle on this par 4, 13th. And then again, Tower Energy Drink will be sponsoring a whole box of energy drinks to keep you going. Right, group 1. There's 2 pages of groups because there's 100 players. So these are the guys who feature. Group A, Tian Schmullian, Adam Ford, Brayton Ndweni, Ryan Esmond, Dean Sherman. Group B, Gerard Snyman, Leon de Toy, Rick Lowe, Wayne Jensen, and Joey Dupree. I'm not even going to ask for predictions, but it'll go straight to Group B. Group B is Jason Jenica, Tao Silo. It would be interesting if Tao won the Tao energy drinks. Just putting that out there. Vickers Lee, Alan Lowe, Gideon Richter, Russell Tandy, Jaco de Kock, Leon van Aarde, Barry Venter, and Ed Duwan Potgitter will make up the group virtual matches, and we'll see.
Go Jaco.
Jaco's close, eh? He's due a win one day. I'm telling you, he's going to be right there.
Yeah, it's going to get close, eh?
The teams. Now, obviously, this, by the time we get there, could be red team 1, while blue team stays on 4, or it could be 5. We'll see. Ryan Jensen is the captain of the red team. Peter Prinsloo, Mornay Kelly, myself, Donnie Geldenes, Ruben Swart, Peter Zakaria, Janko Dreyer, Pranay Pandey, and Sorrel Steyn. That is a proper team. Carl van der Linde is the captain with Quibus, Frikkie Steyn, Simon Meyer, Paul Ricketts, Cornel Erasmus, Sepp Robertson, Randall Chetty, Neville Kurtz, and Steve Saunders taking part in the team. So good luck to everybody. If you're wondering, how come a lot of the similar names are appearing? Well, I kind of tend to put the guys in who are most active, who are watching the show, who are on our groups, because, you know, if I put random name and he's not even in it, then, you know, once they start getting involved, I'll add more names. Gentlemen, that is pretty much it from my side. Last comments on Ruimsig, anybody? Anybody?
Yeah, from my side, you know, obviously Gideon said the Greens will be a little bit slower, which is we're going to see big scores then. If it was as fast as I thought it would play, the scores would have been lower. So yeah, I think we're probably looking at about -5, -6.
Oh,
my prediction.
I think it's a bit low.
But it just dawned on me, and I've actually failed here, my memory after all these matches, is that I managed to get the most epic putt win that you did on that green.
Yes.
On the 18th. Yes. It was a mile. And I ran down and I filmed you and you got it. So I'm going to try find that and remind everybody on next Wednesday.
I've got a copy of that, Maz.
Have you?
Yeah, that was a lekker one. Eh?
If you haven't seen it, I will share it.
Frikkie sent it to me, so I've got a copy of it.
Yes, it was epic. It's always nice when you capture that moment. That could have easily been a player of the moment of the season nominee. Gents, if you haven't heard, the Golf Concepts have got an awesome tournament coming up. Have a look at this. That's going to be awesome. I think, Donnie, you're going to be there. Frick, you're making a plan. Dole, it would be nice to have you there. Guys watching, Champagne Sports Resort, if you have not played that golf course, it is unbelievably beautiful. It's such a nice layout. It's definitely in my top 5.
Bucket
so
list.
don't miss it. Definitely. And I think in the top 100 courses, it was also well rated. Gentlemen, that is it from us. Thank you once again for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure to keep you company on this Wednesday evening. The guys playing tomorrow, we will see you bright and early at Modders. Let's do it, and then we'll see you at Ruimsig. Keep your eye open for correspondence. Donnie, thank you. Dylan, thank you once again for your insights. Much appreciated. And Frikkie, thanks for coming.
Lekker man. Cheers,
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, boys.